Welcome everyone to this week's video. I'm going to talk to you about symmetry in photography composition. What it means, how to use it, where to find it, and why do human beings specifically love this type of compositions. And the best of all, you will learn how to take symmetrical shots, and I'll share with you some examples. But before that,
don't smash the like button because it's not symmetrical. Don't hit the subscribe button because it's not symmetrical. But
activate the notification bell because it's perfectly symmetrical. I'm gonna explain to you why in the video. Stay tuned.
oh wait,
Before you stay tuned, it's also worth to mention that I have noticed the symmetry photography technique used in a lot of movies and shows, especially when they want to portray a deeper meaning or concept for the entire movie. Now you can stay tuned. Oh, hello guys. I'm coming back to you this week with a new composition technique. It's this one. And this week, I'm coming back to you with a technique called the symmetry composition technique in photography. And I'm so in love with it because it's, for me, pleasing to the eyes. Symmetry in photography means when parts in your composition reflect the other parts. So you have two similar parts or symmetrical parts. Take the human body, for example, my face. It is symmetrical. If you see this part, it's identical to this part. Same thing happens in photography. Whenever you take a photo, just make sure that if you, for example, fold it in half, both sides of the photo are identical. If you look at one part of it, it's similar to this part, and when you see it in full, it's identical. It's very pleasing to the eyes, especially for those who have OCD traits like me. Let me ask you a question. Do you spot symmetrical objects or patterns wherever you go? Maybe you're crossing the street and you see a symmetrical building. Or maybe you look at the cars. Exactly, that's where we find symmetry. Because if you Because if you think of it, in nature you can find symmetry in some creatures or maybe plants. Flowers, for example, are symmetrical, most of them. When you see a round flower, it's symmetrical in any way you look at it. Trees are symmetrical. Any man-made objects are symmetrical. For some reason, most of them. For some reason, we tend to make symmetrical objects. Look at cars, for example. They're symmetrical. The left. The funny thing is, we humans tend to like symmetrical objects because we are hardwired to seeing them. Wherever we look, since we were born, we see symmetrical objects. The earth, for example, is symmetrical. Stars, moons, anything we draw, we tend to like the symmetrical shapes or patterns more than anything else. I don't know if you can see this one. See? For some reason, it's pleasing to the eyes when you see a symmetrical object. Take cars again, which I'm going to use another example. The Batmobile, it's symmetrical. on both sides. We tend to like them because since we were born, we've been seeing symmetrical objects: cats, dogs, buildings, cars, everything, you name it. Although, not everything we do or we tend to like is symmetrical, because we have other tastes. But in general, people tend to like symmetrical objects or patterns. Do you know the types of symmetry? There are many, but to make it easy, I came across the main 3 types of symmetry. The first one is horizontal symmetry, when the upper part of the frame or the photo is replica to the lower part. And the second type is vertical symmetry, when the left side or right side is similar to the other side of the frame. Can you guess what is the third side? Sorry, can you guess what is the third type of symmetry? I'll give you a hint. It's this one. Can you name it? If you guessed it, write it down in the comments. But I'm gonna answer the question now. This is called radial symmetry. Radial symmetry is when the image is symmetrical around a center point in the frame. Back to my example, you can see that there is a center point and everything is symmetrical around the center point. Although we can find this type of symmetry in flowers, wheels, or any round objects we make, but it's hard to find usually. It pops up every now and then in architecture, but still it's the least used or the least common type of symmetry across the 3 types. What kind of equipment do we need when we take a shot that is symmetrical, whether it's vertical, horizontal, or radial? It's basic. First of all, you need to activate the grid on your mobile phone or camera. You can find it in the settings of the camera and activate the grid option. In this way, you can see the photo going into parts, as we explained in the rule of thirds video. I'll put the link above. And you can see if the photo is balanced or not, because it has to be balanced, whether it is vertically balanced, right and left side, or horizontally or radially balanced. The second thing you need is a tripod. You need a tripod because sometimes your hand isn't that balanced, and in symmetry you want to make sure that the photo is balanced across the frame. What's also useful is having a tripod with the water, with the water bubble in it, to help you make or find the right balance to the shot, because the eyes can be deceiving sometimes and you might think that the photo is balanced, but when you check it on the computer, like it happened with me for several times, you realize that the photo isn't balanced. I hope that you have enjoyed my video today, and as always, go outside or inside the house, use your camera or mobile phone and take some shots using the symmetry composition technique. Try it and share with me the photos on my Instagram account, Iyad_Hudayb, and I'll try to share the photos on my stories. If you are watching the video until this point, don't forget to
smash the like button, hit subscribe, and activate the notification bell.
It's also symmetrical, so it's worth pushing it. And see you in future videos. Bye bye.